Detroit Chiefs Kingdom today. I got a special guest, Mango. How you doing today?
I'm very well, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk some Chiefs players. So who are some players for the Chiefs and Eagles that you think need to have a good game to get their teams the victory?
I mean, obvious one for me, Joe Tooney and Mike Caliendo. That duo for the Chiefs is going to be crucial because this Eagles pass rush they're very good, and I'm quite concerned about Jalen Carter. He's been a bit of a beast this year. So for me, it's going to be those two on the offensive line. On the Eagles side, I think, Jalen Hurts needs to have a great game. I don't think this is a game where they can heavily rely on Saquon Barkley, because they're not going to win the Super Bowl just by running this ball, especially with Spags' run defense. I'm not saying we're going to stop him. I just think at best we're going to slow him down and cause problems for them.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the kind of players that I would key in on for the big game, yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, I think our defense really needs to step up. Saquon, he's a great running back. I mean, that's no doubt. So Chris Jones got to get in there, Leo Chenal, Nick Bolton. We just got to really stop the run. And then the Eagles, this is a different team than what it was 2 years ago. It's a tough team. I mean, Saquon Barkley is a man himself. Then you got Jalen Hurts. Then you got Dallas Goedert. Then you got A.J. Brown. Then you got Devontae Smith. So, and not to mention the Eagles have a pretty good offensive line. So the Chiefs team offense is going to have to put up a good amount of points. I mean, they scored 38 points 2 years ago against us. I'm kind of thinking that's kind of what we're going to need to score again. What do you think the points need? The point range for the Chiefs offensively to try and get the win?
I would say around the 35 mark.
Yeah.
Because I'm so confident in our defense. I just don't think it's going to be as high scoring as much as it was the last time we played them in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I think our defense is actually better than it was then.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see us maybe holding them to even a touchdown. It might not be like a 3-point game this time round.
Yeah. Well, both quarterbacks have a lot of pressure on them during this game. Jalen Hurts wants his revenge. Patrick Mahomes is trying to get that three-peat. What are you looking to see out of Patrick Mahomes during this game?
I just think it's going to be a game where he's going to have to use his legs more than he has.
Yes.
We saw a little bit of it against Buffalo, but I think we're going to see him get scrambling quite an awful lot. I mean, you expect that with Jalen Hurts, but he's not as mobile. He's got that knee thing going on in a minute. So
yeah.
I think Pat's legs are going to be a massive factor in whether we win this game or not.
Yes, he's going to have to put it all online. So I actually wanted to ask you, is there anything going around right now? I know you're, I wanted to ask you, are you a part of Chiefs Blitz, or are you the owner of Chiefs Blitz?
I'm a part of it.
A part of it.
I run the socials,
Mm-hmm.
the YouTube and all that, and we've got a guy over there called Henstad, and he helps me with all of that. But yeah, just a part of a big cog in the machine, if you will.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, is there any news going on around right now about the Chiefs or Eagles, whatever?
Nothing of note, really. I mean, everyone's just focused in, preparing for the big game.
Mm-hmm.
A little tidbit of information which might come out in the off-season. Wouldn't be surprised if Willie Gay ends back up in Kansas City.
Ooh!
Season. I wouldn't be surprised. That's definitely a possibility from what we've heard.
Ooh, okay, that would be fun. That's something to watch, I guess. That would be interesting, yeah. So, who's a defensive player to watch for the Chiefs in this game?
I think it's Jaden Hicks,
Really?
I think Jaden Hicks is going to be pretty important in this game. I mean, over the season, we've seen him worked in a bit more, and I think we really saw that against Buffalo. I think he's going to get a pick six, Jaden Hicks. He's got the legs for it as well. I can just imagine it. I think he's going to turn up big time against the Eagles.
Yeah, that could be. I think one of those guys back there are gonna do something against Philly's offense. Whether that's Najee Johnson, Jaden Hicks, Justin Reed. I've been talking to a few people all week. I've had a couple shows, and I really feel like the safety or corner room is due for a nice pick six. So I feel like it's coming. I really do.
Sure.
I really do, and I'm kind of leaning towards Najee Johnson the most because he's kind of getting in there. He kind of got in there against Buffalo. He almost got that pick last week and couldn't quite snatch it in. So special teams can be overlooked a lot of times, and Nico Remigio has been a big part of the success in the playoffs. So do you think Nico has a good game again on special teams?
I mean, I've been a massive advocate for Nico, even since training camp. I was rooting for him to make the 53 from the get-go. He didn't, but he's got his chance, and he's not looked back since. I think there's a really good chance, because whilst Philly are quite good on special teams, they do give up big chunk plays at times.
Mm-hmm.
The way Nico's been playing, I would not be surprised to see him take one to the house in the Super Bowl, and I think that would be pretty spectacular.
Yeah, well, I've been talking to a few people, like I said, and I've said that I think special teams is the underrated part of the Super Bowl. Offense, yes, we're going to need to score points. Defensively, dang sure we're going to need to stop that Eagles offense. But on special teams, Nico Remigio has been doing some great things in the playoffs, and I think special teams could possibly be a big part for this Chiefs team in the Super Bowl for sure.
100%.
So, which player in Super Bowl 59, in your opinion, has the most to gain or lose in terms of their legacy?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna go with someone from the Eagles side. I actually think it's Jalen Hurts, because we all know he's quite a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he wins this Super Bowl, that puts him in another bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say Patrick, but I think if we were to lose this game, it doesn't affect Patrick's legacy. We know what he's done. What he's done is incredible. It's not going to take away from him, and he's probably going to get more down the line if he doesn't get this one. So I think this could be a really big turning point if Jalen Hurts was to be the led Philadelphia to be victorious in this game. I think it just put him on another level where it's like, well, he's not just a good quarterback, he's this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, you see what has happened with Justin Herbert, kind of. He hasn't been able to win in the playoffs, so the name for him is kind of, he can't win in the playoffs. So if Jalen Hurts loses this game, the name for him is kind of going to be, can't win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I think Jalen Hurts, I agree with you. I think he has the most to lose in terms of his legacy. Do you think Andy Reid or Travis Kelce hang it up if we do three-peat?
I'll say no for Andy, because obviously he just signed his extension before we kicked off the season. I think he's going to be around for another 3 or 4 years. I'm on the fence with Travis, because we win, he goes off into the sunset. With Taylor Swift, he has his perfect ending. But I also wouldn't be, because Travis is like, it's just a team player, and I wouldn't be surprised if he came back and played out the remainder of his contract. I guess it just depends on what his body's telling him in the offseason. Mm-hmm. Can you go again?
Yeah.
So wouldn't be surprised, but also wouldn't be surprised if we saw him play next year.
Do you think he actually has a possibility in the future to coach? I know Andy Reid was talking about that a little bit earlier in the week.
I think he'd be an incredible coach. I saw Jason Kelce tweet, if he needs an O-line coach, count me in. But I think, Travis has seen a lot, he's played a lot. I think he's definitely got the right mentality and wits about him to be a brilliant coach in the league, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be something cool to see for sure. Travis Kelce winning all these Super Bowls successfully, possibly three-peating, maybe going for a few more years, hanging it up, and then becoming a head coach. That'd be cool to see. But finally here, how many passing yards do you think Patrick Mahomes gets in this game versus Philly, and what are your official predictions for the game?
Oh, okay. I've not even thought of my score prediction yet, so you put me on the spot. How many did he have against Buffalo?
Ooh.
Because the offense was flying for like the first time in a while.
He moved. Yeah, they moved pretty well against Buffalo.
Let's have a look. Passing yards. Are you going to tell me, or are you not? 245.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Keep in mind, great Philly defense.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes knows this defense, though. He's played them before.
Do you know what? I think 233. I think we might run a bit more than we did against Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
233.
We should run. We have Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. I made a video on how this is one of the deepest running back rooms this Chiefs team has seen in a while with Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Samaje Perine. They got to utilize it, and they're not utilizing it as much as they probably should or another team would, but that's because you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, so you're automatically just going to be passing more than running. But, yeah, they should utilize this run game in the Super Bowl for sure. And official predictions?
I'm going to go Chiefs 34, Eagles 27.
I'm going to go Chiefs 27, Eagles 24. It's going to be a heck of a game for sure. Really, great game. Well, I want to thank you for making the time to come on the show. 11 minutes of talking time. Great Super Bowl preview. And anything you'd like to plug in? Your Twitter, anything?
Always the usual, give us a follow at Chiefs Blitz, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you call it. TikTok, we're on there as well. Yeah, thanks for having me on, mate.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.